Uvalde Radio.net, good morning, and welcome back to Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. We're doing all 90s country, and today is also National Watermelon Day. So today's Uvalde Radio's 4th annual Watermelon Crawl. We do it every National Watermelon Day, so you've got 5 different locations. I'm going to go through those later that you can stop by and pick up a juicy, cold slice of watermelon is complimentary, or we got some places that have watermelon aguas frescas. Some people are even offering some watermelon margaritas if you're a bit of a day drinker. So that is happening today from 11 to 2. Details on our events page at UvaldeRadio.net. For those of you who know, we had a great time last year. We were honored and graced by the presence of the Texas Watermelon Queen, who has actually gone on to bigger and better things. She's now the, U.S. Watermelon Queen. What's the exact title there? Olivia Johnson, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me again. I am now the National Watermelon Queen.
Wow.
Not only do I represent the Texas industry, I now represent the entire U.S. watermelon industry.
So one short year ago, you were in Uvalde representing Texas and, just telling everybody the greatness that is watermelon. And here we are a year later, and now you're the big girl in the whole U.S. of A., the National Watermelon Queen. Fantastic.
I was lucky enough this past February. There are actually 8 state watermelon queens in total, and I was chosen to be the national queen. So I'm talking to you from Delaware. I'm here promoting National Watermelon Day in Delaware and Maryland this week.
That's fantastic. Oh, I bet they love your accent up there, huh?
Oh, yeah, they can't get over me saying y'all. I got many head turns today. We were at a boardwalk passing out watermelons, and I said, y'all have a good day. And they just turned around. I was like, where is that girl from? Of course, I'm from Texas.
It's not just your voice. You're a head turner. You're a beautiful young lady, too. So we have some photos from last year's event posted on our Facebook page. So find Uvalde Radio on Facebook, and you'll see some photos and video of Olivia last year for National Watermelon Day. But let's go ahead and recap your story. First of all, Olivia, give us the quick rundown on how you became the Texas Watermelon Queen.
Yeah, so I am the daughter of a 6th-generation farmer. My dad grows watermelons. He also grows a variety of different things, but very small time. Just in our local town, we have 2 roadside stands. So from the age of 4 years old, I was selling produce, and by 10, I was running that side of our business. So luckily enough, many of the major Texas growers are actually from my home county. So ever since I was a little girl, they wanted me to run for Texas Watermelon Queen. Well, your initial thought when you hear Watermelon Queen is, oh, that's a beauty queen. She wears a crown, sash, no big deal. But actually, we're promotional ambassadors for our state association. So we educate on the health benefits, versatility. We really connect the consumer to the grower. So when I started out as Texas Watermelon Queen, I truly knew what it took to be in this industry. So I did everything in my possibility to represent Texas to the best I could, whether that was social media, searching out promotions, and then it just kind of worked in my favor. At Nationals, that competition is a little more difficult than the Texas competition. You have to do an interview with a panel of judges. You do a commercial, a thank you note, a videotape interview, and the hardest part for me was you had a 3-minute time speech on why you should be the National Watermelon Queen. Well, my ending line was 3 minutes is not long enough to say why I deserve this title. But now as National Watermelon Queen, I've traveled the entire United States this summer along with Canada. Just in the past 15 days, I was in Canada, North Carolina, doing some promotions in Texas, and now I'm in Maryland and Delaware promoting here.
Man, you are a busy young lady, and we talked to you about a year ago, and back then you were still relatively new as the Texas Watermelon Queen. I got to say, you did a fantastic interview. It was very in-depth. You knew your stuff. You're very engaging and entertaining. So it's no shock to me that you made it to the Nationals and won that. So what's it been like, from a year ago to now? What was the hardest part in getting ready for, to become, in an effort to become the National Watermelon Queen? What did you have to study up more? Because you already knew watermelons, right? What else did you have to go through?
Watermelon, but a big challenge for me was to see it on a bigger scale. I went from such a small farm to the commercial farms in Texas, and now all the farms in the United States. But it was very hard for me, really, not much was hard. I say that as humble as I can, but I was born into this industry, and I genuinely feel like this is the person I was born to be. I was born to educate the public and born to talk about watermelon. And, I mean, I've been doing radio interviews, public speaking since I was 5 about my own family business. So to me, it truly felt like I was becoming who I was meant to be, and, you know, if that National Watermelon Queen crown wouldn't have been placed on my head, I don't know what would have happened, but many tears would have been shed. Luckily, it was tears of joy, and truly, it is the best job in the world. I get to talk about something I'm so passionate about and connected to. And then, you know, my watermelon family was Texas, and now I meet with every grower, every seed company, just about every aspect of the industry, and get to learn their personal stories, and then connect that from the consumer to the grower. It's truly the best job in the world.
Now, let's say this, though, because you are Texan, you're a Texan girl, and you know how proud we are down in Texas. Everything's bigger and everything's better. So has it been a challenge? Now, not only do you represent Texas, but you have to represent all these other lesser states.
Well, they definitely do. When I come to these other states, they definitely make comments. You know, Texans love Texas, and I love Texas, so they'll make jokes, especially these other southern states. So we have the best barbecue, or we have the best Mexican food, and I'm like, y'all have no idea. I said, this salsa is not even mild. I would put this in the sweet category.
That's funny.
It's very hard. That may be probably the most difficult part is, you know, I can't play favorites, but my heart will definitely always be in Texas.
Well, give me a rundown of a few more interesting moments that you've got, because obviously that's a lot of traveling, and I'm sure you've done your share of traveling, but I'm sure this has been just a blur and a fury of miles representing all these different places. Give me some highlights of places you visited and interesting, you know, things that might have happened.
Oh, yeah. So we definitely hit the ground running. I mean, I was crowned at the end of February. My first event was the weekend following that in March. But a few of my favorites that I've gotten to do, I got to attend a NASCAR event. The Texas Queen, the current Texas Queen, also got to attend with me. I'd never seen NASCAR before, and one of the biggest advocates for the watermelon industry is going to be Ross Chastain. His NASCAR name is the Melon Man. So I got to attend one of his events. Also, I have done so many store promotions. And once again, my heart is in Texas, but there are some stores that may compete with our HEBs. I have to say it.
Really? Wow, that's wrong.
It is crazy. They come close, but they do not beat our HEBs.
I was going to say, all right.
That I got to do that not many queens have gotten to do since COVID. I was able to go to Canada and do store promotions up there. And, you know, we have our Southern charm, but them Canadians are the kindest people you have ever met. They had a huge watermelon fest. It was watermelon bowling, seed spit, face paint, you name it. They had it at this store promotion. I mean, I got to go out of the country to promote watermelon. How often does that happen?
Now, I mean, obviously, you've been in Texas all your life. You've done watermelons, and I'm sure you know all about the creative ways Texans use watermelon, like, you know, watermelon salsa. But have you learned anything interesting out of Texas that some of the different regions, how they prepare or serve or use watermelon, that's kind of shocked you?
Yes. Well, when you get into the farming techniques, even just in Texas, from farm to farm, they do it different ways, whether that's the harvest, how they plant. But most recently, fresh on my mind, is we were in North Carolina, and if you know anything about watermelon, you lay plastic, which is what your plants come through. Well, in North Carolina, they do not have to lay plastic. They lay those watermelon seeds bare on the ground, like I would say you would do in the olden days, and I just couldn't fathom that. I was like, wow, we spend so much money on plastic, and I don't think Texas could succeed if we didn't use plastic. I know that's a very technical watermelon term, but they plant watermelons like the old days is what I would say. That was beyond impressive to me.
Now tell me this, state by state, are there differences in the taste of the watermelon, or is that just kind of a seasonal thing, you know, that has to do with more with sunshine and rain?
It can be seasonal and state by state, because when you come to watermelons, all the different components in the soil definitely affect their taste. And also, so many states this year have been drowning in rain. I know that's not the case in Texas right now, but the weather conditions, the soil, I mean, there are so many things that can affect the taste of watermelon. But I have eaten so many delicious melons, but, I'm a Texas girl. So we can't play favorites, but I think y'all know what I mean.
I think I do. I think I can read between those lines. And getting back to like the differences in states, any interesting, because last time you were here, you had recipe cards, and you and I've seen your Facebook pages. You share recipes and whatnot. Any interesting regional recipes that you've learned out of state that you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing that with watermelon?
There are so many different watermelon recipes out there. I've seen just recently here in Maryland, they have watermelon ice cream. You can find that recipe on watermelon.org.
Wow.
But it was so cool because the farmer you could literally see their watermelon fields behind their fruit stand. So they had their fruit stand and then an ice cream parlor right next to it. And they made all their flavors in-house. And I had to try the watermelon one, and it was delicious. But there's so many different things. Each association puts their own twist on how they promote watermelon. I mean, here in Maryland, they do not use plastic bags in the store, so they hand out watermelon tote bags to represent their association.
Cool.
And so many different aspects. But, we all want the same thing. We want consumers to buy, love watermelon, and to truly know all the hard work these growers put in to getting it from the farm to the table.
Well, Olivia, it's really cool catching up with you again. We got Olivia Johnson on the phone. She is the National Watermelon Queen. Just a year ago, she was our Texas Watermelon Queen, and we're celebrating National Watermelon Day today here in Uvalde with our 4th annual Watermelon Crawl. Listen for details on where you can go today between 11 and 2 for some free complimentary watermelon at participating locations. Last year we had Olivia in town, but she's gone on to bigger and better things, and we can't be more excited about it. Tell me, Olivia, what's in the future? Any cool events that you're looking forward to later this year?
Oh, yeah. So 2 weeks from now, I will be in California. Out there, they're doing a bunch of seed trials to test new varieties for watermelon. And then later after that, I will be in D.C. pushing legislation for different acts that will help watermelon growers. And then, of course, we have the Marine Corps Marathon, where me and my 8 watermelon sisters will be passing out watermelon to all the runners. And that's just some of the highlights. I pretty much have promotions every week.
Fantastic stuff. So if somebody is hearing your voice and excited about you for the very first time, tell us the social medias and your official website, all the ways that we can find out more about you.
Yes, so you can find the National Watermelon Queen on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The username is super simple. It is just at National Watermelon Queen. And then you can also learn more about the National Watermelon Association at watermelon.ag. And then if you want, some watermelon recipes, coloring pages, anything about watermelon, you can visit watermelon.org and find all the promotional items on there.
So everybody get their watermelon on at all those applicable websites and social media handles. And Olivia, it's been really cool catching up with you. We are so proud of you, and we're so excited that you've actually been to Uvalde, and that we can say that we knew you way back when. When you were.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me again. And I just have to say that in my national speech, I definitely talked about my Uvalde promotion and how it truly made me feel the difference watermelon can make in people's lives.
You absolutely did, and we appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. Again, Olivia Johnson, your National Watermelon Queen, coming down from on high to talk to us, the commoners. So we appreciate you. Again, find some more old photos we have of Olivia on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Uvalde Radio, and check out all her social medias. Hey, you want to introduce this Tracy Bird song? You know which one we're going to play, right?
Oh, definitely the Watermelon Crawl.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.